Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me today on this, my first YouTube video. My name is STALEY Munroe. I am a creative director, photographer, public speaker, and activist in the LGBTQ community. The reason that I decided to get started with this channel was after a lot of friends came to me and said that they appreciated what I brought to the table as a transgender woman, the perspectives that I added to various conversations around life, survival toolkits, well-being, emotional health, and just within the context of our friendship. But everyone was saying, you should have a YouTube channel. And I finally decided that at 32 years old, it was time. I was comfortable enough in my own skin to invite all of you to hang out with me and talk. I'm not interested in only talking about LGBTQ or trans exclusive issues. I think it's very important that we acknowledge the consistent intersections that all human beings share. I also know that I am only myself and I've only lived in this skin, and it's taken me over 30 years to get comfortable in it. So the perspectives that I share are only my own. The ideas that I have are just mine. I do not consider myself a mental health professional or psychologist in any capacity. So as always, you can take it or leave it, do what you want with it. Hopefully it'll encourage somebody. So a little bit about me. I was born and raised in Columbus, Ohio, the Midwest, before I went to college in a very, very conservative town of Marion, Indiana. After I graduated, I went to New York City, where I lived in Levittown, Long Island, and in Manhattan. Then I moved to Los Angeles, California. A couple years ago, I came back to Columbus, Ohio. It honestly was just to visit my mother. I hadn't been home in over a year and a half, and I was so homesick. So for anyone out there who's watching who lives in Hollywood, California, you know what a fast life it is. It's not just the stress of traffic, it's just the stress of getting by, making ends meet. Everyone out there has a dream. Everyone out there is trying to come up with the next best thing or have some kind of radical, original move. I just needed a moment. Within the course of a month, ended up meeting my now ex-fiance, getting the highest paying dream job of my life, and reconnecting with so many people who I had lost touch with or even had lost relationships with. After a series of really amazing jobs, some passionate, wonderful relationships, and major growing experiences, I knew it was just time to be present, be in the moment, take advantage of all of these things that had come together and start a channel. I have a lot of incredible role models in my life who are always saying the bottom line is you just have to get started. And I've struggled so much with wanting to be perfect at anything that I do right off the bat, or else I don't want to start. Maybe that's something that a lot of you guys can relate to. That angst that you feel in the middle of the night because you know that something hasn't started that needs to get started, it's time to get it started. If I waited to be perfect, or if I waited until I had all of the production that I could possibly want, or waited until I had maybe the facial surgeries that I still plan on having before I started the channel, it would never happen and I wouldn't be here. So carpe diem, am I right? Just get started. If you want to be a drag queen, start playing in makeup. If you want to start a business, it's time to begin to have those conversations with the people that you trust, who will actually pour into you, by the way, and not tell you that you're crazy, but that will tell you to go for it. If you entered into the job profession that you have because it actually involved doing something that you love, but it's becoming stale, take a weekend, take a day off, and go back to the roots of why you actually loved doing that thing. For me, I was an illustrator. It was really tough after graduating from college to even draw anymore or to pick up a pencil because it had become so much a part of my, income rather than actually something I love to do. So return to your passion and get creative and start collaborating where creative people want to get on the same page and want to make something really cool that will hopefully touch people. So how great is that? And you can do it too. Just start. We're going to talk about our hurts and our breakthroughs, our triumphs and our tribulations, insecurities, eating disorders, toxic relationships, how we deal with politics, feeling powerless in the world around us. My story, why I chose to transition, how I chose to transition, the different challenges that I faced relationally. Dating while trans is going to be a really big one. Family, you know, coming out to my family, the conversation I had with my mother and the conversation I had with my father, being the product of divorce, and then also coming out as a person of faith and how challenging that was to see churches turn me away and people who always swore to love me unconditionally kind of fade into the background. There's also been a lot of healing and a lot of breakthrough in my life and a tremendous amount of growth. When we are going through something, when we are in a closet of one form or another, or better yet, while in our humanity we're just so unhappy and something hasn't clicked yet, how there are these byproducts that come out of that unhappiness that really affect the people around us, whether we mean to or not, and how important personal responsibility really is in those introspective conversations with ourselves. Being a tattoo-covered 5'11" and a half transgender person who's an artist in Ohio, it is unbelievable the amount of people that I've met here. Creatives, writers, artists, producers, photographers, people in publishing, people in architecture, people in politics. I just have acquired this incredible overlapping social network of fantastic people. And I can't wait for all of you to meet them and kind of fall a little bit in love with them just like I have. We can talk about some really important issues that are timely, as well as eternal. Let me just level with you. Storytelling is the most important aspect of relational equity. It's how we learn about each other truthfully. When we are able to share honestly from our hearts about the stories that we have lived and are living, that narrative is so transcendent, but so much more than that. I think it's really the human experience that we all share, transitions that everyone has in life, divorce to suddenly single, or from single to married, what it's like to fall in or out of love, having children to not having children, life and death, health and unhealth, transformation and transition. They've given me a great sense of empathy for the world around me and for the people that I have grown to know and love. One thing that I love about YouTube is we can be from all over the world and still wind up landing right in the spot. I believe that you are meant to hear these words right now. I am meant to be saying the things that I'm saying. I believe that there's destiny and calling and dreams coming true for absolutely everybody hearing my voice right now. I really hope that this will be a breath of fresh air and that for whatever it's worth, I can make your day a little bit brighter and encourage you. It would mean a great deal to me if you would like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you can stay up to date with my videos, which are going to go live every Thursday. I was born on a Thursday, and if any of you know the old poem, says that Thursday's child has far to go. And I always thought that was so appropriate for me. Leave a comment under this video about the kinds of things that you would like us to talk about. I want to give a huge shout out to Boxland Media Studios for hosting us, and to Ken Falk of Falktography for being my videographer today. I'm so grateful that you would take a moment to actually watch this video, and I hope that moving forward we can become friends.